My name is Milad Shiri and I'm a data engineer here in Finland. And this is going to be one day in my life here. So now, as you can see, I have my backpack and I'm going to work by walking. Sometimes I go by the car and sometimes, just walking. It takes like 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. But yeah, it feels really good when it's not cold. So here we are during summer, I guess. I say I guess because, well, you can see the weather. It's not that sunny. So in the following videos, I'm going to show you my life, my challenges, issues, everything I learn every day, everything I'm dealing with every day at work, at home, all kinds of situations. So I thought maybe it's just having a live view of my life would be good to have on the record behind the camera. So as you can see, I'm walking towards my work because the weather is quite nice, and well, it doesn't look like being summer here. Well, it's a little bit summer because most of people are on vacation, and the weather is quite good actually. So I'm wearing a jacket, but it's not that cold that you need to wear a jacket. It's like I'm a cold person. I can't. Pretty much at every neighborhood we have something like this shopping center. Usually it's Prisma or this market or K City Market. All of them big companies, big corporations. So the way I used to see stores was like personal stores. One a small personal store. There are some, of course, in the city, but the way things work here are usually more, corporation stuff. So whatever you're looking for, if you want to buy something or a service, those are usually provided by big companies. So, and I'm working in one of those big companies, of course. But here, how things work here, and I'm not sure if it is a good thing or bad thing, but if you're a businessman, if you want to run a business, if you want to run your own stuff, it's a bit difficult because you need to compete with big corporation, even if you get the licenses and permits and all those stuff. Yeah. Look at this beautiful here. One nice thing you see here in Finland is that there's no traffic at all. There are sometimes some traffic jam, but it doesn't happen that often. And it's vacation time, roads are pretty much empty. Well, that's good. But those who have car, that's amazing thing. Yeah. Did you see that bicycle? One thing you see a lot here is parents basically having bicycle, but also a cabin, something like that, to carry the children. That's kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm getting close to my company's office, and I'm going to go to inside. I'm pretty sure that I can't show you inside, but I try to find some empty rooms to talk a little bit. So get inside this. What we can do. So I start my day with a cup of coffee. Yeah, they provide us with breakfast, of course, but I'm a bit late for that. It's after 9, so there's no sign of breakfast. So here I am behind my desk, and I'm about to start my day. And I will talk about what I do as a data engineer in general terms. But yeah. So I just had my daily, so it's like around 9:30. So in dailies we talk about, the things we did yesterday and the things we're supposed to do today. So just showing how things are going to do. And I'm having my second cup of coffee. Well, by the end of the day I'm gonna have like maybe 5 cups of coffee. Well, it's a kind of addiction, I guess. So what we do as data engineers, and what's the differences between being a developer, backend developer. All these things in tech, I can say they have all some overlaps with each other. So it's kind of DevOps programming, being involved with data. So it's all over the place being a data engineer, I can say. And within the data engineering department, we have also some different roles. It's not like that there is one single role as a data engineer. So we have different teams inside the data engineering department as well, let alone data analytics or data science team. That's something else. So in terms of being the data engineer, what we know is that you need to work with data, of course. You need to engineer data. So, but it happens at different layers. The layer I work usually is the layer of infrastructure, the platform. We need to build the tools, build the stack, basically, for some other people, some other data engineers to work with the data on top of that. So I'm not involved daily with data itself, but I kind of create the pipeline. And then on top of that pipeline, they can create some kind of, for instance, ETLs. Some ETL is like, you want to do some transformations on the data. The data is in this shape with these columns. You want to transform it in some other shapes. Well, I'm talking in general terms, it's not that easy to explain it right away in 2 minutes, but I try to clarify it more in upcoming videos if you'd like to hear more about this. But that's how it's going to be for me today, just developing pipelines as usual. Yeah. Now it's time for lunch, and I usually bring my own. Well, there's a big kitchen, actually a cafeteria there. There you can have, company's food. So, well, you need to pay some minimum money, but I like to bring my own. One interesting thing in Finland is that people usually like to have their lunch around 11. Well, starting from 10:30, there are some people like to have lunch at 10:30. The restaurants are open that time, and it continues until like 12:30. Well, I like to have it like around 12. After lunch, I'm gonna talk a little bit about data engineering, what it means actually in practice. Okay, let's talk a little bit about data engineering stuff. So one of the most important questions I get all the time that what's the most important thing in data engineering, what data engineering means in the first place? And actually that's the first question usually they ask you in interviews, one way or another, that tell us about data engineering, what you've been doing so far as a data engineer. So having this concept in mind can help you a lot to find jobs easier in this world. Having this picture makes it a lot easier to learn tools. So in simple terms, what I want to talk about data engineering is that, so at different companies, no matter whether it's a data company or whether it's a software company or it's like a grocery store, all kinds of companies, all kinds of organizations have data, okay? It doesn't matter. So there is this data, here we have, usually we call it raw data. So it's just transactions, payments, data for users, for customers, all kinds of data from marketing. So there is a massive amount of data on this side, and on the other side we have different departments. So here we have marketing department, here we have management, for instance. We have software departments, they want to design softwares but need some data. And some other external, for instance, in some cases, the police department needs the data from you to investigate the frauds. And we have all kinds of other destinations. So this data should reach these destinations, but every one of these destinations, they need data in a particular format, in a particular shape, or marketing needs some kind of data, police department needs another kind of data. But all the data is here, raw data, okay? So what we do in the middle of the way as data engineers, and along with some other people, some other developers, some other departments, like DevOps or developers, but it's our main job. It used to be developers or DevOps job, but now we have a new title, data engineers. So our job is to build pipelines, to build tools, pipelines, softwares, whatever, to how to fetch the data from this part and then do the transformations usually and have it in that part. And that's it. Data engineering, it's all about this. When it comes to practice, there is all kinds of tools, all kinds of platforms that you can use. You need to combine different things. And I can say that it's not easy to just replace it with AI right away. Of course, there are some tools that working with AI, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a combination of different tools. Even if it's going to be replaced by AI, it's going to be different things again, different agents that you need to configure them to connect with them. So that's what data engineering is about in short, but definitely I will talk more about it in upcoming videos. If you have any question, ask me.
these videos are not going to be really technical, just going to show you the big picture and some components maybe along the way. But if you are interested in knowing more about this, let me know. I can go in more depth, but this channel is not for technical stuff in that sense. So that was my day working at the office. Now I'm going home. So I work pretty much about like 8 hours, something like that. So, well, including half hour like spending for lunch and recording some videos. Sometimes I work more, sometimes I work less, but at the end of the month it's just the balance should be like 7.5 for each day. That's how it works in tech industry. So you can work more, but you can accumulate it for the end of month. So that was working pretty much. Now I'm gonna do some shopping on my way home, and that would be it for this video. Yes. So let's do a little bit of shopping here. I'm gonna start with some cheese, mozzarella, yeah, one of these. Also grounded or mincemeat. Yes. And that was the shopping for today, and I can say that officially the video for today ends here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any comment or suggestion. See you soon. Bye.